We begin with breaking news at 6. Two men are dead following a shooting and police pursuit that spanned 2 counties. This all started in the neighborhood in Camarillo on Walker Avenue. The Ventura County Sheriff's Office says deputies responded here just before noon for reports of a shooting. They found one man shot to death and one suspect gone.
But Ventura County deputies later found the suspect on the 101. He refused to pull over and led police on a pursuit here into L.A. near LAX. The suspect eventually pulled over and there was a standoff. The Ventura County Sheriff's Department says he took his own life while inside the car. It's unclear, though, what prompted the initial shooting, but we are working to find out more. Stay with us for updates.
And more breaking news, a 59-car pileup in the Central Valley. Dozens of cars, pickups, and semi-trucks crashing this morning in dense fog. Photos show cars wedged between semis and debris all over the highway. The crash happened this morning on Highway 99 between Fresno and Bakersfield.
CHP says 10 people were injured, but everyone is expected to be okay. Again, dense fog is believed to be a factor. CHP says visibility was just 100 or 200 feet when the crash happened.
Our other top story at 6, another large protest in downtown L.A. Demonstrators rallying against ICE for the second day in a row.
CBS LA's Lauren Posen at the protest with the message and new reporting on protests last night that turned violent. Lauren?
Well, people are coming together from all over for this movement, some even meeting for the very first time today. But they all share the same message, and they truly believe that together, they're going to make a difference.
I don't care how many laws they violate at the federal level, they still don't have more power than the people.
Holding signs with powerful messages, hundreds rallied outside City Hall Saturday. They say they want ICE out everywhere.
The power of the people once we all come together and to see how much we actually outnumber all these people that are causing so many problems here and hurting so many immigrants that are just coming to live a better life.
People are calling for changes to federal immigration enforcement and are demanding stronger protections for immigrant communities.
And I know people that I know personally have been taken to these detention centers, and I've never heard from them again.
Protests like this have reignited across the country after federal agents killed Renee Good earlier this month and Alex Preddy in Minnesota last week. Some protesters aren't just carrying signs, they're using symbols to get their point across.
The Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty, is out here, to say, get the out of our cities, follow the laws. This country is built on a beautiful democracy and a beautiful constitution. And it's being destroyed before my very eyes.
Saturday's peaceful demonstration came after a large downtown protest Friday night. Agitators vandalized a federal building, threw trash and other objects at officers after LAPD declared the assembly unlawful. Police arrested a total of 8 people, including 1 juvenile. Back at City Hall, protesters say the best way to be heard is peacefully. They don't want others' violence to overshadow their message.
I just firmly believe that no human being is illegal. We all have a right to be here. We all have a right to live under the pursuit of liberty and justice for all, and that's not what we're seeing right now in this country.
And Mayor Bass speaking out against violence at these demonstrations, saying all it does is hurt the city and does not get the message across. Reporting live in downtown Los Angeles, Lauren Posen, CBS LA.
Lauren, thank you. And nearby where Lauren is, this was the scene outside the Federal Detention Center about an hour ago. The same place where clashes happened last night between police and protesters. You can see a line of officers with a small crowd gathered outside a barricade. So far, no reports of any violence.
New tonight, a federal judge ordering the release of 5-year-old Liam Ramos and his father after they were detained by immigration officials in Minneapolis earlier this month. The judge says they must be released from a Texas facility by Tuesday. The same judge who wrote that order had also ruled that Liam and his father could not be removed from the U.S., at least for now. DHS has called Liam's father an illegal alien and accused him of trying to flee from ICE officers. According to records reviewed by CBS News, Liam and his father have active and pending immigration court cases.
Meanwhile, today, a federal judge ruled that the federal immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota can continue.
CBS LA's Tom Waite is in Minneapolis, where the bitter cold is in stopping protests and memorials.
Minneapolis remains mobilized, with crowds hitting the streets, rallying to demand that ICE leave not just Minneapolis, but Minnesota. There was also a memorial bike ride for Alex Preddy. He was the man who was gunned down by federal agents during an ICE immigration operation here in Minneapolis. There is another major concern on the ground here. As we are now at the end of the month, many of the workers here in the city who may be undocumented have not been going to work, and therefore they haven't been able to make money. And now there's worries they will be evicted because they can't make rent. We spoke with the restaurant manager who told us about the situation.
So we have 8 to 10 employees that have been absent, and it's just been 4 of us working daily because they're too afraid to come in and leave their families or even just drive to here. Yeah, and we help them with groceries and things that we can actually help them, but it's very hard, even including for us too, because we're risking so much.
Many more demonstrations are planned, not just for Sunday, but in the week to come. Reporting from Minneapolis, I'm Tom Waite, CBS LA.
And Tom mentioned a memorial bike ride in Minneapolis. A similar ride for Alex Preddy was held here in West LA. Cyclists rode near the LA VA clinic. Preddy was a nurse at a VA facility in Minnesota. His family released a statement about the rides happening nationwide, saying, quote, Alex loved his community, he loved to bike, and he would have loved this ride.
And stay with us for the very latest on the immigration raids in Minneapolis and protests across the country. We'll keep you posted on air and online at cbsla.com. And now to the weather. And it feels like summer in the middle of winter, mid-80s on the last day of January.
Unbelievable. Chloe Carlson tracking the warm-up in our next weather forecast. Hey, Chloe.
Hey, Gio and Rudabeh. Yeah, 80s in the forecast, and we are only getting warmer. We could get to 90 degrees by the middle of the week, if you can believe that. Let's take a look in the next 4 hours for places like Los Angeles, because we're warm during the day, staying warm through the evening. 70 degrees still through the 8 o'clock hour. Will be high 60s by 9 p.m., 66 degrees at the 10 o'clock hour. So if you're going out, it's Saturday night, of course. Hey, you can dress warm. It is going to be feeling beautiful out there. Let's take a live look right now at downtown Los Angeles. Again, a gorgeous view of our skyline this evening. Clear skies with us. And like we said, those clear, dry conditions are staying with us. Heading into tomorrow, those gorgeous temperatures continuing. 78 for downtown Los Angeles, will be mid-80s for places like Chino, 80 in Riverside. And like I said, we're warming up to nearly 90 degrees by the middle of the week. We'll talk more about it coming up. For now, Gio and Rudabeh, back to you.
Thank you, Chloe. Demon Wilson, who played Fred Sanford's son on the classic sitcom Sanford and Son, has died. Wilson's publicist says he died at his home in Palm Springs from complications related to cancer. He was the last surviving cast member of Sanford and Son, which starred Red Fox and ran from 1972 to 1978. Wilson was 79 years old.
California taking Dr. Oz to court. Governor Newsom has filed a civil rights complaint against a TV personality turned Trump advisor. The complaint accuses Oz of discriminating against Armenian Americans living in Los Angeles. In a recent video posted to social media, Oz claims LA has become a, quote, epicenter for healthcare fraud in America. In the video, he's standing in front of an Armenian-run bakery and grocery store in Van Nuys. Newsom's office sent the Department of Health and Human Services a letter that claims Oz was using, quote, baseless and racially charged allegations.
The U.S. government is partially shutting down, but it's not expected to last long or have a big impact. A live look at Capitol Hill, where senators approved a spending bill late last night. Nothing is official until the House votes to approve the deal. However, representatives won't return until Monday, leaving dozens of federal agencies without funding this weekend. The spending bill funds DHS for only 2 weeks, giving lawmakers on the Hill time to discuss potential immigration enforcement reform.
Live look at LAX right now, where starting tomorrow, if you don't have a real ID license or passport, you will pay extra to get on a plane. Passengers will have to pay a $45 fee in order to use an alternative identity verification system. Other authorized forms of ID include a passport or DHS trusted traveler card. The Real ID law was signed more than 20 years ago, but it wasn't implemented and enforced until last May. Passengers can use the alternative ID for a 10-day travel period.
A symbol of hope in Altadena more than 1 year after the Eaton fire. 5 trees and nearly 200 shrubs were planted today at Mary Jackson Elementary, which sits directly in the burn zone. The trees were donated by the Arbor Day Foundation, the world's largest nonprofit dedicated to tree planting.
We will be here for the next several months. We will be here for the next several years, helping to plant trees and bring life and hope and healing back to this beautiful city.
Many of the students and families participating today lost homes in the fire.
The LA Fire Department giving away 500 fireproof safes in the San Fernando Valley today, part of an effort with the Fire Department, the Mayor's Office, and the Boys and Girls Club to prepare people for emergencies and help them protect important documents and other items in the event of a fire.
Coming up at 6, a warning from health officials after a person infected with measles visits Disneyland.
A powerful nor'easter bringing blizzard